Let's get right into it. Number 12. Walking past someone you know and not knowing. When to smile. Picture this. You're walking down a hallway and you spot someone you vaguely know. Maybe from work, maybe from a dream, maybe from that one time you panicked and held the elevator button too long. They're far away, too far for a greeting, but you already made eye contact. Kind of. Now you're stuck in the world's longest approach trying to calculate the exact moment to smile so you don't look like a malfunctioning NPC. If you smile too early, you have to hold it, stretching your face into a tense, "Yes, I'm totally normal" expression. If you smile too late, you look like you were ignoring them until the last second. So you default to the classic strategy. Stare at the floor like it personally offended you. Psychologists say this happens because your social brain wants to appear friendly, but your timing instincts are trash. It's like having a built-in, "let's make this more awkward" button. We're wired for social cues, but not long-distance social cues. Nobody trained us for the Smile Olympics. In the end, the greeting feels less like walking and more like performing a social trust fall. And the worst part? They are probably overthinking it too. Number 11. Asking for directions, then immediately forgetting them. You know the drill. You ask someone where a building is, and they launch into, "Oh, just go down that road, take the second left, go past the tree that looks like it's judging you, then turn where the bakery used to be." You nod like you understand all of this. You don't. You absolutely do not. Your brain, meanwhile, is tapping out after step 1. Why? Because humans are better at recognizing places than remembering verbal navigation. Evolution basically said, you get pattern recognition, but forget about multi-step instructions. That's too much power. So you walk away confidently, pretending you've absorbed their directions, only to realize 10 seconds later that you're lost, confused, and somehow facing the wrong cardinal direction entirely. The awkward part? Walking back to ask again is illegal, emotionally illegal. So now you wander like a medieval traveler searching for a village that may not exist. And the person who helped you? They're probably watching from the window thinking, "Yep, lost." Number 10. Waving back at someone who wasn't waving at you. Ah, yes, the universal human humiliation. The phantom wave. You see a hand go up. It looks friendly. It looks intentional. It looks like it's definitely aimed at you. So you wave back with enthusiasm, like you're in a parade and they're your biggest fan. Then you realize, nope, wrong person. The wave continues past you toward someone behind you, someone cooler, someone who apparently deserves actual greetings. Your social brain short-circuits. Your arm feels like it committed a crime. Then comes the classic recovery play, morphing your wave into a fake hair adjustment, scratching your forehead like you suddenly developed an itch, or pretending you were just checking if your limbs still work. Psychologically, this happens because humans are extremely sensitive to social signals, even vague ones. Your brain would rather risk embarrassment than miss a friendly gesture. So congratulations, your instincts are good, just tragically overconfident. Meanwhile, the actual target of the wave walks by, blissfully unaware that your dignity just fell into a manhole. Number 9. Saying "you too" at the wrong time. Imagine the cashier says, "Enjoy your meal," and your mouth, without your permission, sings out, "You too." Congratulations. You have now instructed a stranger to enjoy a meal they don't have, during a break they're not taking, in a life they aren't living. Your brain doesn't care about context. It just hears a polite phrase and fires back the default polite response. It's like a social autocomplete feature, except it auto-completes your sentences wrong. Psychologists call this scripted speech, pre-programmed social responses your brain launches before your logical mind wakes up. It's efficient, but also the reason you tell your dentist "you too" when they say "have a great weekend," even though their weekend is about to be filled with other people's mouths. But hey, at least you're polite. Aggressively, accidentally polite. Number 8. Pulling out your phone for no reason when you feel watched. You're standing somewhere public, bus stop, elevator, line at a store, and suddenly you feel eyes on you. Not in a creepy way, just in a someone exists within a 12-foot radius way. Your brain panics and goes, Quick! Pretend you're doing something. Initiate pocket rectangle distraction. So you pull out your phone. For what? Who knows? You're not checking anything. There are 0 notifications. You open an app you didn't mean to open and stare at it like it's written in an extinct language. You scroll nothing. You tap nothing. You're basically performing phone cosplay. This happens because humans hate feeling idle under observation. Your brain wants to signal, yes, I'm busy, yes, I have a life, yes, I'm doing something important. Meanwhile, the person who supposedly watched you, they probably didn't even notice you exist. They're in their own world, wondering if they locked their front door or if pigeons have feelings. And yet there you are, pretending to read an imaginary text because your social survival instincts are running Windows 95. Number 7. Holding the door for someone who's too far away. There is no worse mathematical error than miscalculating someone's walking speed when you hold a door for them. You see someone coming and think, yeah, they're close enough. They are not close enough. Not even slightly. You've essentially signed yourself up for a hostage situation with a door hinge. Now you're stuck there, holding the door, frozen in polite purgatory, while the other person realizes what you've done and starts speed walking like they're trying to win Olympic bronze just to end your suffering. You both hate the situation. You both regret being human. This painful moment happens because humans value cooperation and don't want to seem rude. But combine that instinct with faulty depth perception and social anxiety and boom, door-holding disaster. The worst part? The awkward thank you exchange at the end, where they're panting like they ran a marathon and you're pretending your arm isn't numb. Number 6. Flushing in a public bathroom and leaving before the toilet finishes. There's something deeply unnatural about flushing a public toilet and walking away while it's still mid-cyclone behind you. You're trying to leave quickly because public bathrooms feel like the final boss level of bacteria. But a tiny part of your brain whispers, is this allowed? Is this morally wrong? Am I supposed to supervise this? You push the button or press the lever, hear that roaring hydraulic scream, and rush out like you just committed tax fraud. Meanwhile, the toilet is still doing its thing, swirling, gurgling, shouting, processing your decisions like an overworked therapist. This feels wrong because humans instinctively want closure. Your brain likes seeing things finish, movies, downloads, microwaving leftovers. But toilets? They get no respect. We treat them like NPCs who can finish their job off-screen. Still, there's something unsettling about leaving mid-flush, like you just walked out on a very intense conversation. Number 5. Walking back to your car because you forgot something and hoping no one thinks you're leaving. You park, get out, walk confidently toward your destination. Then freeze. You forgot your wallet, or your tote bag, or your reusable water bottle that you swear you'll use someday. Now you have to turn around and walk back to your car, past the same people who just saw you leave. And suddenly your brain thinks this is the most suspicious act a human can commit. You're not doing anything wrong, but you feel like you're about to be interviewed by security. So you try to signal innocence with overly casual body language, exaggerated yawning, checking your pockets, humming, doing that stupid "oh silly me" shrug. You want everyone to know you're not leaving, you're just forgetful. This feels wrong because your social brain fears being misinterpreted. You're worried some stranger is silently judging you. Newsflash, they're not. They're too busy wondering if penguins have knees or if they locked their front door. And yet you perform an entire silent musical just to retrieve your wallet. Number 4. Walking into a store without buying anything. This is one of those perfectly harmless activities that feels like committing a small, polite crime. You walk into a store just to look around. Maybe you're killing time. Maybe you're window shopping. Maybe you forgot why you're there halfway through the entrance. Then it hits you. The existential pressure of being perceived. Suddenly, every employee looks like a security guard from a heist movie. Every shelf looks like it's watching you. Your hands feel suspicious. Your pockets feel suspicious. Your entire existence feels suspicious. You browse casually, trying to look like a responsible, non-stealing citizen. You nod at items. You pretend to compare prices. You touch nothing too quickly. But eventually, you realize you're not actually going to buy anything. And now you have to do the terrifying walk of shame out the front door. Your brain screams, they think you stole something, even though you literally bought 0 things. This happens because humans hate being misunderstood, and stores are optimized to make you feel like a raccoon rummaging through a kitchen. So you exit with the world's stiffest posture, praying the alarm doesn't randomly go off, because if it does, you're legally required to ascend into the sky like a disgraced angel. Number 3. Running up the stairs after turning off the lights. You turn off the basement light, or the hallway light, or, worst of all, the backyard light. And suddenly your brain decides to activate primal prey mode. Something about the darkness behind you feels wrong. Not dangerous wrong, but what if a demon does cardio? Wrong. You start walking, then speed walking, then full-on sprinting like you're escaping a horror movie, even though the only thing behind you is air and your own imagination doing parkour. Evolutionarily, this comes from your brain's threat detection system. It doesn't care that you're an adult in a well-lit home with Wi-Fi and taxes. Darkness equals danger. Your body equals nope. So you blast up the stairs like you're being chased by a shadow creature, then pretend nothing happened. By the time you reach safety, your heart is pounding, your dignity is gone, and you're forced to accept the truth. You are definitely still afraid of the dark. And that's okay. Everyone is. Even the fictional demons. Number 2. Standing up at the same time as someone else in a waiting room. You're sitting in a waiting room, quiet, tense, filled with the scent of boredom. And then your name gets called at the exact same moment someone else stands up for their turn. Now you're both upright, staring at each other like two meerkats who accidentally synced their movements. For a split second, the room becomes socially radioactive. You do that awkward half-step forward, they do a half-step back. Then you both laugh nervously like two people who have never used legs before. This feels wrong because waiting rooms follow strict unspoken social rules, and synchronized standing is apparently a violation. Your brain doesn't want to look rude or confused, so it tries to correct the situation by glitching your motor functions. By the time you sit or walk away, your brain is still buffering. Meanwhile, the other person is probably thinking, why was that the weirdest moment of my week? Number 1. Saying here. During roll call, even though you're a full-grown adult, nothing feels more strangely humiliating than being in a meeting, orientation, appointment, or appointment waiting area and hearing your name called like you're back in 3rd grade. Your brain knows you're an adult, but your mouth? Your mouth defaults to that ancient ancestral syllable, here. It comes out weird, too. Not confident. Not casual, just slightly too loud and slightly too squeaky. And immediately after saying it, you feel like you should be holding a school-issued folder and worrying about recess politics. This happens because your brain stores old social behaviors like dusty software programs from childhood. Roll call triggers the same circuits, so you respond like you're 12 and wearing mismatched Velcro shoes. You could say yes, present, or even yep, but no. Your brain picks the most awkward, least updated option in its vocabulary, and then you sit there, haunted, waiting for your turn to be over. But hey, at least you showed up. Verbally, enthusiastically, accidentally. That's all for today. I'll be making similar videos in the future. Subscribe to see them. Sketchy Logic Explains is an educational entertainment animation channel that explores the truth behind everyday mysteries. I put genuine effort into drawing every single day. It's not easy at all. Please help me with one subscription. It truly means a lot to me. I love you all.